Hello and welcome to another episode of the Next Game Dilemma, your board gaming podcast. After an unforeseen hiatus, we are back, and on this week's episode, we dive straight into the world of Fantasy Flight's Arkham Horror, the card game. We give our first impressions, as well as our excitement for future campaigns. BB also gives us his thoughts on Blitz Bowl from Games Workshop, which it happens to be mostly a Barnes & Noble's exclusive, so we'll talk about that a bit too. Let's go.
Yeah, I like that intro too. And like I said before, I like it especially because I know that neither of them actually listen to it. So this is the first he's hearing of it. Of just the fact
See, the funny thing is, like, I listen to it like a fan. And you guys are stupid. That is one of your cold opens. Welcome to the Next Game Dilemma podcast.
Oh, you mean like this right now? Oh man, yeah, that's right. Welcome to the Next Game Dilemma.
Are we on?
Yeah, of course we are.
Dude, we've been on.
Dude,
As soon as we scattered, we were on.
I thought he was trying my patience waiting to start.
No, of course not, sir. We have gathered here today to bid Alex adieu and to get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah, sooner the better. Come on.
No, we're actually here to talk about Arkham Horror, the card game, or the living card game. Yeah, I thought it was a little bit lower on the top 100, but it's like, what was it, 22nd?
22.
22 in the overall, I think you said.
Crazy.
What got me crazy was that it was only 9 in the thematic. That's what got me crazy.
Number 9 in thematic.
It was 1 in customizable.
1 in customizable, that's right. This is all according to Board Game Geek for Arkham Horror, the card game.
And that's current.
Yeah.
As of today.
Yeah, as of today.
Yeah.
That's a pretty old game. How old is that game?
Day.
Arkham? Maybe like 3-4 years old.
Oh, I thought it was older.
2016?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, like end of 2016, 2017, beginning.
That's pretty old.
I mean, for relevant board games, yeah, it's still withheld the test of time. It's actually caught steam, I think. Like, the older it gets, the more popular it's starting to get it.
It also seems like because of COVID and people having to be stuck at home, they needed stuff to do. That is a solo game you could play on your own, or with a partner. So
yeah, it seems like 2 players would be pretty solid.
Yeah, no, I think you would have probably had a much nicer experience as a 2-player game. Mm-hmm. 3, you really got to get into like Might and Magic style of like, we got to take this down in order for you to progress.
You did play with us 1 round, didn't you?
No.
Playing him at all? No? I guess it was Jason then.
It was Jason, you, and Christina.
Both times?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could have sworn you were there.
Nah, he hasn't been here for a bit.
Okay, that's true.
You get here so late on most Mondays. I'm pushing myself tonight.
My bad. I gotta work.
Okay, so tell me more about Arkham Horror, the card game, or the LCG.
Well, I mean, it's a cooperative LCG designed by Fantasy Flight Games, distributed by Asmodee, sadly.
It's that whole mythos.
It is their Arkham Files mythos.
Yeah.
It is more of a pulp style adventure than it is like a classic Cthulhu-esque horror theme.
Yeah, probably the most famous Arkham Horror sort of setting.
Yeah, they based it off of the original Arkham Horror board game.
Right, the old... Wasn't like...
They made one like I think the 80s or something.
Yeah, it looked like the cover of Dick Tracy or something.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know if their characters existed back then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure those are just inclusions when Fantasy Flight redid the game in their 3rd edition.
And then they just caught on like wildfire.
Are they in 3rd edition now?
Specifically the board game characters you can play you're talking about? Or
Yeah, so the board game characters are basically in every game that they create. So you got the same ones in the Arkham board game, you got the same ones in the Mansions of Madness, same ones in Elder Sign.
Yeah.
Just whatever other
Eldritch
games that they've...
Horror, right?
Eldritch Horror, same thing. Except I think Eldritch Horror did create a few more.
Probably, I mean...
Because that one's more of a globe-trotty style. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have just the people in Arkham doing their thing.
Yeah, basically it's reoccurring characters.
So if you have a favorite character from that series, you're probably going to be able to play them in Arkham Horror at some point.
At some point, yeah.
At some point.
At some expansion or something, you're going to be able to catch up to Shooting McGill. Or
like, for me, my favorite was from the core set of the board game, Dexter. He is the magician, and they just added him in, like, the 6th cycle.
You would be a magician.
I don't even know how he plays. He's a real magician that wanted more magic.
Ooh.
And he decided to dabble in the dark arts. I would say regrets it in a way, because obviously you don't want to have to see all this crap, but... Yeah, well, no. Just think Houdini with the Necronomicon. That's basically it.
I mean, that's cool. I'm just saying, I wish it was a clear ripoff of David Blaine.
Just someone that stares into the camera,
Yeah,
just
very,
constantly
very
like... just be like... just stare right at you. Magic.
I was like, what the fuck is that sound?
I don't know. That thing came to life.
Yeah, it heard Cthulhu. It's like, yes, master.
It's starting to print the pages of the Necronomicon.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, we gotta unplug this.
Cthulhu Fatang. That's like the only thing I can remember it says in there.
That's gonna be a reoccurring character, the Necronomicon.
Do you have defeated human flesh for it to print?
Of course.
It's made of human
It's
flesh.
jammed right now.
So anyways, it's special to me because it's an LCG that incorporates an RPG element.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the other cooperative games are more of what I would call like arcade style, where you can literally just pick up any deck, do a mission, and just be done with it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And there's really no continuation with them. You had experience with Champions.
Yeah.
It was the same way, and it still is the same way with Lord of the Rings, where you would expect it, you know, to be story-based in some way, you know, like maybe they came up now. Now, you can literally play one deck in one mission, and then even on the next one, you could build a whole different deck and keep going. Arkham is the only one that you legitimately have to start with a deck and finish with that deck, until either you finished everything or you perish.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's unlikely that you'll perish, but it's a possibility.
Always a possibility.
Always a possibility.
It's not one of those Cthulhu games that are almost impossible to actually win.
I'm not gonna say that. 9 times out of 10, you are not going to win. It's just how well do you not suck? Like, that's really it. It's part of the theme. You're not supposed to be able to beat these things. It's supposed to happen. In the original mythos, the whole deal is like regular people having to deal with the supernatural things, you know? And that's why they go insane half the time. It's because they've seen something they shouldn't. They can't even tell somebody because they won't believe them.
Right.
You know? So to me, that brings out the theme. Yeah, so you finally got a chance to play it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it ended well.
I wouldn't say that either, no.
But what was your first, I guess, impressions?
I enjoyed the mechanics of it. Everything was fairly simple. Everything was easy to read on the cards. It wasn't too difficult. Even though there were plenty of signs and plenty of different systems in play for running away, how you attack, how damage works, and everything like that. It was still fairly deep. Lots of different mechanics in play. Everything worked well together and let you sort of control the way you wanted to play the game. Of course, we all decided to play one type of character for the most part, and nobody brought a fucking gun. But you know, what are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna say that was a bad choice, because
it was a choice.
In the end, it was a choice.
Yeah.
Maybe with more experience, you might have an easier time dealing with the box.
Yeah.
For the record, I had them starting with just the core. In order to play with 3 people, you technically need 2 cores, but I only gave them the option of the one-ofs, like if you only had the single core. And yeah, it's not an easy experience right out of the box. No. You definitely want 2 as soon as possible.
What difficulty did we start playing on?
Standard.
We played
this was standard. Okay. Yeah. Standard, normally not bad. Considering I wasn't playing and I wasn't holding your guys' hand, I wanted you guys to literally experience it the way I did when I first started.
Yeah. There
was a lot of secrets, a lot of surprises, you know, and it's just like, what the heck is this? You know, right. I wanted that experience for you guys.
Yeah, it was the way you progress for the evil side, I guess, or for the way the bad things happen, was pretty smooth, but you always felt like the doomsday trackers are always counting down on you.
Yeah.
So you always felt the pressure, and you're trying to beat it. But as we constantly have to be reminded, this game isn't about beating it. It's sort of more about experiencing it and surviving it.
And just getting it done.
That's
basically it.
But if you do it the way we do it, we sort of discover everything, but we also kind of have to constantly chicken the fuck out. And I feel like even if you were a well-balanced group where you could shoot things and try to kill things, you would still have a difficult time to do this. So the
game does scale.
Right.
For the more players you have, it'll on its own scale.
Yeah. No, that's not what I meant. I meant just if one of us was like a fighter, somebody was like an investigator, the other person was a witch person. Yeah. It would be a little bit easier, but still maybe just more drawn out, and you'd still come to the same conclusion unless you get somewhat lucky with your pulls
And yeah, you guys did kind of pick a weird group. Yeah. And considering you guys had just started... With the Dixie Chicks. I guess I could have just like handed you guys decks, but...
that would be pretty smart. Who'd y'all start with? Huh? Who'd y'all play? What characters?
So, he played Agnes. Agnes is the Mystic. On base. Yep. Christina was Wendy. She's the survivor. Lead singer. I think she is. And Jason was Daisy, the reluctant drummer. Yeah. So, Seeker, you can consider them like your core investigator. They're the ones that go around looking for stuff mainly. Mystic is your spellcaster. They're the ones that do magic better. Survivor is like kind of the only one that is hard to explain.
Is that what I am?
That's what Christina was. You were the Mystic.
I was the Mystic. That's right. Get lucky.
The Mystic does a bunch of spells, but the Survivor, like the best way they explained it to me was that they're kind of like the final person in a horror movie, where no matter all the stuff that happens to them, they somehow survive at the end. Yeah, that's what the Survivor is. They have all these cards that, if they fail, they have a way of surviving or dealing with it.
That's a cool mechanic.
As told by the card Lucky, for example, which basically says if you fail by 2 or less, you pass.
No, you get +2.
You get +2, but it's the same.
If you upgrade, you pass.
Yeah, it's the same. But there's also the Look What I Found, which is if you failed an investigation check, you get 2 clues. Yeah. So it's like you passed twice instead, but you had to fail once.
So you break a vase, but that vase had 2 clues inside.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll wear this coat.
That's the easiest way to explain the Survivor. But they did kind of... It would have been easier if I did pick their characters for them, but I wanted them to pick what they thought looked cool, because I thought it would be a better experience in the end if they were just like, okay, try to like soak in the environment. You know, not everybody wants to play the Fed. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was the only one that did that my first try. Yes. You know, because to me it's cool, the noir style Fed. You know, it's a time period, is Adonis. Yeah. So, you thought the rules were pretty clean for the most part?
Yeah, I was expecting a bit more convoluted stuff, but everything was actually split up really, really nicely. Yeah. To where once you told us the rest of the time, or the rest of the time that we had any of the cards flipped up, at least us, maybe not Christina. We all are like, oh, okay, that's what this does. Oh, shit, that's what this does. You know, like, when the monster got flipped up and then I saw how much it hit for, I'm like, oh, that guy sucks.
That guy is scary.
Yeah. One of the main villains that pops up in the first deck and the second deck and the third deck.
And possibly, no. Okay.
Just never dies?
Just
no, you can kill it.
Yeah,
you just got to be good at the game to kill it.
Yeah, I'm like Doctor Strange when he still had his hands all fucked up. Like,
you're just after the crash.
Yeah, like after the crash when he's like making sparkles. That's how I feel right now.
The rules of the game are basically split up in the same way as the board game. The first round of play in the board game is just investigator turns.
Right.
And then it keeps going. And then you do the mythos stuff at the beginning of the round. That's when you flip over where the next gate opens and where you put clue tokens and that sort of thing. So it's kind of based on the original game. That's how it's laid out, mm-hmm. which made it simpler for me to understand the way it was supposed to be done. Kind of like the board game, if you don't do everything correctly in order, it kind of messes things up. You can't just kind of speed through everything.
Yeah, we did see that with all of our actions, trying not to trigger an attack from a certain guy. Yeah, that was fairly important.
But did you fail?
I mean,
they failed plenty of times.
Easy. We did okay.
And they can't blame it on the dice, because they still don't have no dice.
First of all, fuck you. I'll blame it on whatever the hell I want to blame it on.
You're going to blame it on the rain?
No, I will not blame it on the rain, baby.
Well, you got to blame it on something. Blame it on the rain.
Okay. No,
pretty sure that's a tangent right there, but
we did. Who was it? Was it me that drew the three times in a row?
Yes.
What does that even mean?
It was the -3.
So instead of a die, they have a chaos bag. The chaos bag, based on the difficulty of the game, has different tokens inside of it. And whenever you try to do a test, you're basically trying to compare your skill to the skill that you're trying to hit. But you have to pull a token from the bag, and it's usually a modifier. And normally it's a negative. And depending on the difficulty, there might be more positives, there might be worse negatives. In standard mode, I think it went up to -4. But there was only one -3, and somehow he pulled that 3 times in a row.
It sucked, dude. It's like take a token, put it back in the back, shake it vigorously.
If he didn't respect my game enough, I probably wouldn't have my game still. That was the reaction that we got.
I wish I'd seen that.
I bet you do.
It was pretty rough. I was like, there's no fucking way.
Now, it's different when they were pulling the skulls multiple times, because there's multiple skulls.
Yeah, but that 3.
That 3 was rare. It's like 1 out of 14 chips in the bag. 3.
Jesus,
and he just had to not get a 3 or higher.
Yeah, one time.
I thought it was a fun experience. You did not get to see the one thing I wanted you to see, but I had to show you afterwards.
Yeah.
How the game can just do stuff like that. As the game has aged, there's more things that has impressed me.
That's really cool. But, man, dude, I got butt fucked. That was not... It's not like a whole representation of the game. That was one unfortunate draw.
Yeah.
Okay, that was 3 unfortunate draws in a row.
Yeah. No. But you sensed the dread.
Yeah, every time, clearly.
Because you had a dude on you.
Yeah.
And you were trying to leave him. And you couldn't.
I guarantee you I felt the dread after that second 3, for sure. For sure I felt the dread after that second 3. I was like, there's no fucking way.
There's no way I'm not going to get it this time.
I'm like, I better get that -4.
He wanted a worse minus.
Yeah.
I still felt better, ultimately.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember now, because it was with the Night Gaunt, and you kept getting -6 because it was a -3, but the Night Gaunt, when you try to escape it, it doubles your negatives. So you kept getting the 3, which actually made it a 6.
Yeah.
Just 6.
Like a 3, I think I could have handled, but it was just like, no, I'm like, oh my god. Fuck.
It was bad.
Yeah, but it was bad and fine all at the same time, just because... You know, you gotta get those losses out. Gotta shake them out.
So, I mean, this was literally your first impression with the game. Now, I do have to say that it would have been better if it was just you and Christina, probably. Mm-hmm. Even though you guys tend to bicker a lot when you play, it would have been funny to watch you guys deal with this as a couple, as opposed to as a trio.
We did play this one time before the last time we brought it, and that's how I knew Christina would like it, because she wanted to play more of it, so we never got back to it.
Right.
But that was like years ago, so.
I think, didn't you say Tom had a copy of it? Or somebody had a core set, just randomly?
Tom might have a copy of this. He has random shit, man.
Right, but he doesn't have as much as I do of that.
For sure he doesn't.
He has completely agreed that is my Cthulhu.
Yeah.
He have everything?
Almost everything. I'm missing the COVID cycle, which is the
shit that got dropped.
Shit that got dropped late last year.
Out of print?
It's so far out of print.
Technically.
Until Asmodee decides to
get
stop
the shit together
and just fucking make it already.
So, speaking of that,
yeah,
tell me about the news with the cycles.
The thing, yeah,
with the thing.
So, people who don't know how LCGs technically work, generally they introduce a deluxe. The deluxe is generally used in overall support for the game, but it's also part of its own story in this case. Technically, a deluxe will start a campaign, and it usually includes new characters, new player cards, and then a couple of adventures to get you going. From there, the cycles are generally packs that you buy every month, and it includes another portion of the story and more player cards and stuff like that.
Monsters and all those stuff.
Yeah, and then you basically have to just incorporate the deluxe stuff in with the pack in order to continue playing, right? You can't just not play without the deluxe. You can't just buy the pack and keep going.
Okay. Even if you have older stuff, you need the base set.
You normally
for
need
each story.
For each story, exactly, because it's going to include packs that are specific to that campaign.
Right.
And you need those in order to continue it. Right. You're not going to get those out of the core generally. But Fantasy Flight has now said that their next campaign for Cthulhu, which I believe it's based on the Mountains of Madness, I think, that story. Into the Mountains of Madness, is what it's called. And what they're going to do is they're actually going to come out with 2 deluxe expansions for the game. One of them is going to include only player cards, and the other one is only the campaign. The campaign box is going to include the entire cycle of story. Right. So it's going to just be campaign cards. If you don't want the player cards, you can just literally just buy the story and continue
with your own stuff.
With your own stuff.
The characters you already have, players you already have.
Exactly. Just like any good cycle, they introduce new characters, new player cards, stuff that's based on the setting. I know I'm going to have to get both.
Right. But then they say that if the way that they're doing it now, it's supposed to be maybe $20 cheaper, then hypothetically you would be paying.
So normally a deluxe is about $30. Expansion packs are about 15. So 15 by 6 or 30, that's 90. Another 30, that's 120. I believe their player expansion is 60, right, and their adventure is 40. Right. So yeah, it's going to be about $20 cheaper.
Right. And then you're saving tax depending if your state has tax or you're wherever you happen to be.
And if you're willing to support Amazon.
You're willing to support Amazon. We are Jeffrey Bezos. We are ready to support you because you did it.
But yeah, I saw that news randomly through a different stream. I was watching some guy talking about Netrunner, believe it or not. And
he got back into Netrunner a little bit.
I did. I'm still playing that. And I got a dude that I'm playing with, and he's as down to play as I am, so it's nice to have that kind of competition. Yeah. You know, somebody who's willing to he's starting to understand how I play, so he's starting to do things differently based on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice to have that in a game like that.
Yeah, of course.
Especially when you're trying to outmind the other person. Back to what I was saying. I was watching a podcast about that on YouTube. And then he's just kind of scrolling on the screen, like you see the screen capture. Yeah. And he's showing this box off. I'm like, what? What? And I missed this? Right. Like, where's my COVID cycle? You're over here talking about the next one already. You're not even giving me the other one. You know? So I looked it up. I saw what it was. I'm like, huh.
Do you like the move or do you dislike the move?
I don't dislike the move. Okay. But it scares me.
It's scarcity?
Not the scarcity. What worries me is that, well, there's a couple things that worry me. The first is it's kind of like binge watching a series on Netflix now.
You have access to all of it.
You have access to all of it. You go through it, and you go through it in like a couple of days, and you're just like, I don't have any more content. Now I gotta wait another year until they come up with another season or something like that. And that's partly why I kind of like still like network syndicated programming, because it spaces it out for you. It keeps the hype built. And that's kind of how I felt about with the expansion packs. I'm like, oh, there's going to be a new one. I can't wait to see what happens next. And they were spaced out in not crazy lengths.
It's self-control built in.
Right. It was like a month's time when they were doing it correctly.
Okay.
The final pack of the COVID cycle barely came out like a couple weeks ago. And I picked it up. And I didn't realize how late it's been. It's been late for like 3 to 4 months.
Oh, wow.
And it just came out. And they're like, where's it been? No one really knows.
It's been in that canal. That's stuff.
Right?
The Suez Canal.
The Suez. It's always the Suez. Every card game and board game is in the Suez.
All the Kickstarters that's been late, it's due to that.
It's always the Suez.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. I'm worried about the hype kind of dying down as soon as I get a chance. Even though I'm still not even done with the cycle I was working on with Tom. Like we got about halfway through it, and we just haven't had the time to go back.
Yeah.
And
you need to stop playing miniatures.
We haven't even done that
You need to stop believing you're going to be playing games with Tom again.
Ever since I changed my job, it's just a time constraint, really.
Oh, you don't have Mondays off anymore, right?
No.
Right.
So I work Monday to Friday now.
Mm-hmm.
So weekends are the only days I got.
Gotcha.
And since most things don't happen on weekends with pretty much anybody, I just end up going back to work.
I mean,
we get together on Saturdays.
You saw what I did on Saturday. I went to work again.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, if you're ever interested in like doing shit, we're here on Saturday.
I would have to reset the whole campaign.
Jesus.
I know. I was so close to finishing it this time.
Yeah. And so BB is our resident Arkham horror guy. He owns everything, so that's why neither me nor Tom are gonna invest any money whatsoever into
There's no need.
Unless he happens to have packs or something he's missing, and we see him, we'll pick him up and add to it, since we're clearly mooching off of already hundreds of dollars that he's invested into this.
There's no need to worry. As long as I have it, you guys are fine.
Why are you playing with like a pinky ring while you're saying that? Like, I got it, baby. Well, it's just like, Daddy's got what you need.
Why you gotta tell the listeners about my pinky ring?
What's your total? What's the total you've spent?
Man, I don't know.
I asked them that the same.
Okay. So let's see. So I said it's about 120 for a cycle, and there is Dunwich, Carcosa, Forgotten Age, Undone, Circle Undone, Dream Eater, and I haven't done the COVID cycle yet. So we'll say
you haven't
5.
Bought it or played it?
I have the deluxe, and I have the last pack. There's still 5 other packs in that cycle that I just don't have because I can't get. On top of that, I got all 5 of the character starters, which are another 15 each. So
money's invested.
At least $600, and then on top of that,
more than 600.
And then on top of that, a bunch of dragon shields.
Yeah. Ooh, so pretty with the dragon shields too.
So
because of the backing, the backing of the cards are fantastic. If they had a sleeve with the back of the cards, I would have gotten those instead.
Yeah, but they'd be Fantasy Flight sleeves, and I don't know about that.
Yeah, but I don't play the game enough to worry.
Yeah,
the sleeves would be fine. I think the sleeves would be fine.
Well,
unless I'm crazy and I just buy triple sleeves. The other thing that worries me about the whole thing. So when I was playing the original card game, the Call of Cthulhu card game, there was a point in the life cycle where they went from doing the cycles with the packs and everything to just deluxes.
Okay.
And they would do this every 6 months. They would produce a deluxe. And they did this about 3 times before they finally said the game's gone.
Okay.
That worries me.
Oh, because it's like repeating the pattern.
It's repeating history.
Yeah.
And Asmodee's already shown that they're willing to stop pretty much any game.
Oh.
They just finished L5R. L5R is done now.
Right.
And that had a life cycle since the 90s.
Yeah.
Even after
it'll
the game,
be back. It'll always rise.
Somebody's got to bring it back. Somebody's got to bring it back as the original game. I think somebody can do that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, people have been screaming for certain games. Like, the VS community has been very, like, give us another game. And then they give them another game. They're like, not like that. But
that weird Commander-esque
versus. It's fucking funky, man. They are not happy about that shit.
No. But, I'm gonna say I'm indifferent on the situation. Like, I'm excited to get it, you know. I'm excited that I'll only have to worry about getting it once.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't have to assume I have the money at the time and then just never find the pack. Mm-hmm. You know, if I find the packs, I will get the packs and I'm done buying the packs.
That's it.
That's it. Just one time and done. Like, I could probably pre-order it and be like, hey, can I have this one pack? And only worry about it one time.
Yeah, for X amount of time.
Yeah. Right. And it's probably easier to just get it all in one lump sum anyways, as opposed to trying to drag it out.
Yeah.
Money-wise.
Just to keep up with it. Yeah, money-wise, just remembering about it.
Right. Exactly. So, I guess your final thoughts about the game as a whole. Would you try it again?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to finishing what we played. We can probably just use a different deck and have somebody actually have a fucking gun.
True.
That'd be, and then just sort of start from where we were. That'd be cool.
I'm just surprised that none of you got a Guardian at all.
No.
I think... Oh, wait. No, the other Guardian is Skids. Yeah, never mind. That's basically your only access to guns is Guardian.
Whatever.
Or...
somebody that actually wants to, like, engage in fighting as opposed to, running away.
Yeah, I guess I should have explained it and said, like, think of this as a role-playing game.
You
want a little bit of everything.
It was fine. I mean, the fact that it was just like a discovering experience, and it didn't matter if you failed too much since it was through.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I just kind of want to bring that up at the end. I recently played the Most Wanted expansion for Marvel Champions. Mm-hmm. That's the Guardians of the Galaxy box.
Oh, okay.
And I hate that experience. So it's their deluxes are their version of doing Cthulhu style campaign, right? So you do a thing, and the amount of good you do gets you rewards to continue on with the rest of the box, and it sort of has a campaigny feel because it's tied together by comic strips that they actually have drawn in the rules.
Did you end up playing Marvel Champions with us at all?
No.
Okay, so I that must have been with your brother then when we actually tried it, because I remember we played with you, where you showed us your copy.
Yeah,
and then, but I don't remember who else we played with, but it was probably Tom as well.
More than likely.
Yeah.
So I recently played that. Now, what I hate the most about this is that there is no if you lose.
Okay.
You either win or you don't progress at all.
Right. That's sort of like
and I hate that so much.
I
hate it.
Most of the Guardians do that, right?
No, like nothing is stopping you from continuing. In like Lord of the Rings or anything, like if you fail a mission, you can just keep going. Nothing's gonna stop you. And especially in a game like Marvel, which is very much like a like an arcade style game. Like you can just pick it up and play a mission and just keep whatever mission you want to play that day, you just do it, right? The fact that there is no if you lose. Mm-hmm. They could have just continued it, It's just in the box. There's nothing that says that you can just keep going. Now, in my case, I would say fuck it and just keep going. But I was playing with my friend's copy, and he's very strict on how it works. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm not doing this mission again. You do it by yourself, because this mission was ridiculously difficult for what it is. And even in like a standard difficulty, it was difficult. And I hate that. Because I'm like, okay, so we failed. Now what? Well, we have to do it again. I'm like, no! I just failed for an hour. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, I understand that feeling for sure.
Because it wasn't like it was a quick death. It was a slow, drawn-out death. And you never felt like you were accomplishing anything. And then I was like, you know what? Fine, we'll give it a second shot, but I'm playing my deck. Because I was using his, right? Because he wanted to keep it thematic and be like, oh, let's do the Guardians and this and that. Okay. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you that. I'm like, no, I'm playing my deck. And even with my goddamn deck, I died in like the first 2 turns.
Oh, that's not fun.
And I'm like...
Who was the villain?
In the first one? Oh, God, what is it called? It's some weird alien thing.
Sweet. That narrowed it down.
No, seriously, I've never heard of these before.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be some Guardian villain that's in the comics.
A nihilist by any chance?
No. But it's like
So obscure.
it's some. I remember laughing at the names because it was a silly sounding name for these aliens, like bugaboos or something like that. Something random. You know what I'm saying?
Racist.
Just some. I don't know what it's called. I'll look it up and you can put it in your little notes later.
That's fine.
Okay, but yeah, no, I fucking hated that.
Oh,
and see,
sorry, you should cut out when it gets to the name and replace it with your voice.
Can't believe these guys are the. I don't know.
But yeah, the fact that Cthulhu just lets you continue.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I like it because, like, yeah, it's planned for everything. And if they're trying to create a campaign feel with these deluxes for champions, why not include this?
Yeah, I like the way that you can sort of just give up. It's like, all right, everybody good? Yeah, fuck this.
Not all the time, though.
Oh, God.
It was just in that instance you
God.
could. And thematically, the resign button was on the parlor, whereas the front door.
Right. Okay.
So thematically, you could only basically run out the front door.
I thought it was suicide when you said the resign button.
No. It doesn't. No.
And that'll do it for me. I resign. Who am I now?
Sorry, trigger warnings.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of like the one of the things I like about it.
But in total, I like the game. I'm glad that you own it. I know that if I were to own it moving in the future, I'm glad that they're doing these little packs to where I also could be like, all right, here's a pack, here's some dudes, and now I'm good. I can just continue from there and we're good. I have a core and I can just start from wherever. But the fact that you have it and I get to go back to some of these older, harder refined missions and stuff is pretty cool.
I still need to get a couple of those return to boxes.
Yeah.
To get like the even harder difficulty cards, even though I can't even beat most of the time in standard.
It seems like people who play Cthulhu games really are just a glutton for punishment. They're just like, oh yeah, how crush me under your heel, daddy. Like, ugh. Like, I don't like what the fuck, man. Like, why is it always so bad?
I saw a picture and I wanted to send it to the group. I really did.
You should.
It was like black girls call their boyfriends daddy.
Oh,
Latinas call their boyfriends poppy. What do white girls say? And somebody posts underneath, punch me in the head harder, Kyle.
Oh god.
All right. Anyways, that's our talk for Arkham Horror, the card game. I'm definitely gonna give it. I'm gonna say 9.5. Not a perfect 10 because there's still some small kinks that I'm not fond of, but it's not even part of the game. I think that 0.5 is Asmodee.
Oh god.
The company as a whole is what gives it the 0.5. If it wasn't Asmodee and it was still Fantasy Flight, I'd give it a perfect 10. Yeah.
I mean, they do living card games the best, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
They really took to that model and ran with it. And I mean, they're clearly doing something right because, like we said, 22 on the overall Board Game Geek Top 100. And I understand that that's not the most academic and the most like scientific way of measuring how good a board game is, but it's a pretty decent, you know, at least for how popular something is.
Right.
And it's definitely up there. Like, it's not Twilight Struggle. It's not going to hold the number one spot or anything like that, but it's definitely not going away anytime soon. There's plenty of good entry points to get into the game. Unlike some games where you feel like you may have passed you by, they're always trying to make it easy to jump in.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. They make it really accessible.
The core box is always
accessible.
The core box is always available.
Yeah,
I've never seen it not available.
it's
You'll
just
find
the
the
other
core
stuff.
It's the other.
I've seen it at Target, which feels like a board game at Target means it's everywhere.
That's true. I mean,
Dude, do I have a little bit of time to tangent about one more thing?
Yeah,
That I did get to try because I usually don't get to talk on these things. I got to try Blitz Bowl.
Oh, did you?
Blitz Bowl is a smaller, condensed version of Blood Bowl that is only sold apparently at Barnes and Noble.
So, I mean, that explains a lot, but yeah.
It's like exclusive to Barnes & Noble. So, like, I heard it's so exclusive that not even Europe, who produces this game, has this game.
Huh.
And I've heard, like, stories about people having to import it just to get their hands on this version of the game.
Is it any good?
I liked it, actually, a lot.
Okay.
It gives you the feel of playing Blood Bowl, but in a very small, very condensed, very chaotic version.
Which is fine, it's Blood Bowl.
I'm going to bed.
Exit stage left. Alex.
Right.
Enter stage right. Christina.
Hello, everyone.
And joining us, Christina enters the conversation. And,
she
right,
was
good night,
part.
guys.
Other Tom's gone. So,
Yeah.
we have one of the other players that was part of your group.
Yep,
we
my
can try to-
partner,
we can get-
Christina.
Her ideas about the game, like
Overall
what
thoughts.
she thought. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about Arkham Horror and going through it.
Oh, yeah. The card game?
Yes, the living
Okay.
card game, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, what is your overall, not reaction, but like your overall thoughts of the game?
And she could say her reactions too.
Fuck her reaction.
Well, I enjoyed the first one. The second one was brutal.
Yeah.
I felt like it did nothing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all did minimal.
You guys did equally nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you did nothing together,
We did nothing.
which is something.
Yeah, I figured that when you told me the first thing I can do is resign in the game, I was like, okay, I'm doing nothing in this game.
I mean, like I was explaining to him before, the resignation is not everywhere at all times or anything. It's not like you can just resign on every mission whenever you feel like it.
Why not?
This one in particular, it is based on the story, you know? You're basically trying to get as much information as you can before a certain time.
Yeah, which we got nothing.
But you got no information at all.
No
That's
information whatsoever yet.
fine. Which is definitely not going to help you on the next one.
No, I doubt that's going to help us at all.
At all. But like I was telling him, like in the first mission, where was the resignation button? It was in the parlor, which is where the front door is. You're resigning by leaving the building, essentially.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or if you're in the city, you're resigning, saying like, okay, we're kind of done looking. We got to keep going.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Thematically.
thematically, the resignation buttons are going to be there if at any point you need to escape. There is one card in particular that you guys haven't seen. It's in the Rogues. It's one of my favorites. If there is a resignation, you just resign. So it allows you to resign even if you're not in the place that would allow you to resign normally.
Okay.
So like, let's say you used it in like the first mission. If you were like in the attic and the parlor was available and you had to be in the parlor to resign, you could just resign from the attic. It's like you just jumped out the window. You're like, fuck this place.
Like, oh, fuck this.
And like the picture is like a dude like jumping out of like a motorcycle or something, like, oh, you know, like I'm out of here, that sort of situation.
Okay. I'm done.
Yeah, like he's just done. And the Rogues get that, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
You know, you got to pick your character, which I've already said in hindsight I probably should not have allowed.
Yeah.
But I also wanted you guys to experience it more for the theme and for just kind of immersing yourself with said characters. You know, like I think the best way to introduce somebody to a game is to kind of just let them pick what they think it looks cool. You know, and to go from there. Because win or lose, they're normally going to enjoy themselves because they got to be the thing they wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know, and that's my same thing for miniatures, card games. Like, don't just do the flavor of the week.
Yeah, I agree, but I only saw the cover art. I didn't get to see the other cards. You know what I mean? I usually like to play a role. You know
True.
what I mean?
You do.
Yeah,
You are like
hindsight.
that. In hindsight.
Right.
But your role was the special role because it doesn't necessarily have a role.
Yeah.
Unless you build it that way, but it's very hard to do that with Survivor. You can. There are cards that allow you to do that. Like, if you want to be the fighter, there's a hatchet, there's baseball bats. If you want to be the clue finder, there's stuff like Look What I Found, or, you know, equipment that'll help you boost that. But that's obviously when you get more cards, when you get to see more, you know, player cards. I try to keep your experience very close to just the core. If at any moment you guys were like, let's just buy the core just to have it, you know, that's what you're going to experience.
Utter bullshit.
The second run through, I was just like, I'm so glad I didn't spend money on this.
But like,
I'm dying.
But at the same time, I hope it didn't completely deter you from trying it some more.
I do, but I don't want that character anymore.
That's perfectly
Yeah, that's
fine.
that's what we talked about. Just maybe switching characters and having a more actually.
See, like I like Jason's reaction to the whole thing, where it was like, okay, I completely sucked with this character.
Yeah.
But is there a way to make this character good?
Oh, I see.
So he starts to see, okay, this is what my character is good at.
Right.
And that's when he starts asking me, like, what other books do I have available? Because Daisy's abilities are all based on her having books.
Right, but doing... well, we all sort of did that when we got to actually upgrade with the experience.
Right.
But because we're doing so terribly, there's not much experience to be had.
Right.
And I think playing as Survivor, I think it's just not my cup of tea.
Probably not.
You know, that's
which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, she wants the guys with the pistols.
Now, that's the other thing, though. Like, not all survivors are built the same.
Right.
So maybe the other types of survivors would be your cup of tea.
She reminded me of when we played Sentinels of the Multiverse. Of the Batman character with the utility belt.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, oh, I need this one item, and then based off this one item, that's how everything else happens.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I mean, technically, yes. Technically, yes. Wendy's based off of her amulet.
Right.
The best Wendy decks, you usually want to mulligan into that or try to draw into it as fast as possible because you're usually playing off of your discard pile.
Right.
You do as much as you can as you're searching for the amulet, and then as soon as you play your amulet, you start to play from your discard pile.
Right.
So it just keeps recycling your deck. Because as soon as you have the amulet, it's not usually good to have it as soon as you start the game.
Mm.
Because when you play your events from there, they always go to the bottom. They never get a chance to recycle. You usually want to play first, have some sort of a discard pile built up.
Right.
It's kind of like Past in Flames or Yawgmoth's Will for Magic players, where you want a graveyard set up before you play it, and then you do all your stuff.
Okay.
Like when you finally got to play it, that first game, I was telling you, like, you can get more money and you can start doing more stuff because now you have the options for that.
In the first game, I got a bunch of resources and I had nothing to use it with. So it was just like, that's what kind of turned me off to the characters. Like, oh, I got a bunch of resources and didn't do anything. The second time, I was like, I really just didn't do anything.
You did okay in the first story.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about, I guess, the experience as a whole? Because that was our tutorial story.
As a whole, I really liked it.
He said that he enjoyed the way the rules flowed. The mechanics just seem to work. Mm-hmm. Even though in the end it just doesn't look like it should, but it just does. Like, it flows in a certain way that everything seems to work out.
Right.
What was your takes on the first one, I guess? Because that was your favorite one out of the two.
Right. I think it was just very simple and flow, yeah. Just like, this happens because of this, and then, you know, all the stages were pretty clear about what was going on. But also, you explained it very well, you know what I mean? Having you as a guide definitely makes the experience more enjoyable. When
it comes to cooperative games, I definitely don't like to join with the newer players.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would prevent me personally from taking the reins every time. And especially in a game like this, I want you guys to experience it the way I did.
Right.
You know, when I first played that first one and I saw him, I was like, what the is this?
Yeah.
You know, and I was playing with another person, and you already know that based on the number of players, it makes him worse.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But with one other person, it's not as bad. Like, he looks beatable, but depending on your situation at the time, you're like, okay, I didn't prepare for this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out the door, you know, that sort of thing. That was my first go at the thing.
Right.
Eventually, you realize you can prepare for this. And you will prepare for this if you go back to doing it again. Like, now you know he's going to show up and when he's going to show up.
Right.
So you're just like, okay, now I'm going to build my arsenal,
Yeah.
get ready for this.
Right.
And then just be like Rambo and just take him down. Or like Arnold in the Predator.
Yeah, with some preparation, these guys are definitely beatable.
One thing I didn't explain to you guys fully, because again, I didn't want to ruin that first time go at it, because again, you're probably going to go back to this first story and try to beat it, because I know how you guys are. That's just the type of people you are. You're going to want to build your own decks and be like, F that guy, and just take him out, right?
Right.
That second time, like before you go to the parlor and everybody has to meet up at the hall, you don't have to do the thing. And that's normally how people beat the Ghoul Priest. They don't do it immediately. They set themselves up for a couple of rounds dealing with the smaller ghouls.
Oh,
and then when they're all fully ready to fight them, that's when they're like, okay, now we spend our clues.
Right.
Now we do the thing. Because that's the main thing I was trying to convey with the first room, is that you don't have to do it immediately.
Yes, we do.
We're ready. I know we're under leveled, but we can just go to the next area.
Let's do it. What was your first take on the campaigniness of the whole thing?
I mean, I like it. Like, theme wise, it's just great. You know what I mean?
Like, you learned about how XP works. You learned about building your character from the base deck that you built. Have you played games like Champions before? Like Marvel Champions? She never touched that game before at all? I guess it's harder to explain them to you because you've never had to do it before.
We've done other campaign things. Like, we play video games, other things where it's very comparable. You know, we understand the experience and leveling up and stuff like that. We just haven't done it with board games very often.
Right. So in that case, how is it being translated to the board game form? Like, doing a campaign and seeing how they did it. Do you think they pulled it off?
Yeah, I would say so. I feel that because you experience that, you get this, you know what I mean? Things like that.
Right.
But then if you kill the big bad, you get extra XP.
Extra XP.
Yeah. I also think that if you're doing it in the casual or like the easiest version, you should get like a base amount of XP at each time.
I never thought of that.
Just to make it sort of like easier. Like, okay, you failed, but you ended, you know, but you went through it. Okay, here's 2 XP, upgrade your deck to make it a little bit easier. Then if your normal should be the way we're doing it now, where we're only doing it where you don't get any XP if you fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, but if you win, you get your XP and you actually do it, whatever.
Sometimes they do that.
Yeah.
So like when you guys finished that first part, there was the whole you get XP based on the victory points, and at the very bottom it said each investigator gets 2 XP based on their, now they've dug deeper into the mythos. Like that's literally how they say it. And that's for everything. Like, it's not because it was easy mode.
Yeah.
You know, it's just based on your result, you got 2.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I'm surprised that there's not something like that already built in normally. Like, overall, like the easy version should get constant upgrades so they can see their deck. Or so they can see more of the cards, you know what I mean?
So, how would you guys take this game further? Like, for example, when you play it the next deluxe or something, like when you start the actual first campaign, are you guys going to try to min-max your characters and defeat everything? Or are you going to try to be more like casual, see what goes on, that sort of thing?
I think more of it would just be playing it more like D&D and just having a stronger team. I think that's what I personally...
Being ready for the situation.
Yeah.
But I kind of like going with the flow and doing things sort of as they happen. Like, if something happens, we're like, oh, we need to get out of here. Go ahead and do that and not be stubborn and trying to kill something or trying to accomplish one thing. If exit or survival is an opportunity, you know, because there's still more to see down the line. And if it's an option, that means that we're not done with whatever we just escaped with.
Yeah.
True.
Like, I don't mind not killing the big bad, you know what I mean? And also mind that he would just completely destroy my face.
No, so my thing is, like, let's say, for example, we do continue. My recommendation, and normally what I do, is the first time I run through a cycle, easy mode. Do it in easy mode. I still get a relatively good challenge from it, but you don't feel as defeated out of it. Like, you do have a chance at beating it in easy mode. But it's not like you're going to just have, like, a breeze or anything. It's not like the villains are, like, any weaker. Yeah. You know? You just have more of a chance of beating them down if you had to. You know? And I do that the first time. Because, again, I like to experience everything.
Right.
And I just want to see where the story goes. Yeah. And most of the time I build my decks not based on power. I build it on how I think the person would be.
Yeah, very role play.
Very role play, and that's how I do my characters. That's why I was asking if you guys are the type that are going to try to defeat it. Because if that's the case, then yeah, stay on standard because it's going to give you more of a challenge that way. Mm-hmm. And then go from there. But otherwise, I say, that first chance.
I'm kind of like a little bit of everything. I want to feel, a lot of the stuff and experience everything. I just want to do everything.
She's been on a very I want it all kick. There's the Selena.
There's just not enough time in that game to do that normally.
I understand.
Then obviously the second the second story.
Yeah, I don't want. Even though you recommend easy mode, this is like a board game. You know what I mean? I always think of the video game. You never choose the easy mode.
This is true.
I feel less of a person.
Yeah, for those of you guys that do play on easy mode, shame.
Well, easy mode in video games is different than easy mode.
Oh yes, I understand this, but mentally, it's not.
Okay. It's more psychological for you.
Exactly. See, there's no tie, but there is a tie.
Like if you read the actual campaign book and it tells you to pick like easy, normal, hard, or extreme or whatever, right. There's a little thing like next to it. So it'll be like easy, in brackets it'll say like, I just want to experience the story.
Right.
And then standard is be like, I'm looking for a bit of a challenge.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then like hard would be like, I'm looking for this. And the last one, extreme, is like, I want Arkham Horror.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I always feel that if you choose the easy mode, you're gonna get to the end, and so like, well, this is the end of the campaign. If you want to see the real ending, try the normal, and I will flip the fucking table. I'll be so... Yeah. When that shit happened, I forget what video game it did, where it's like, oh, look, you did it in normal. Try it in hard. And I'm like, I will fucking murder everyone in this house.
I think it was, Ghosts and Goblins, I think, did that?
Maybe. Something. Multiple games have done it where it's just like, all right, this is like 75% of the game. Go back and really try.
I could at least guarantee this for you that it does not do that.
Yeah.
You will see the same endings, the same everything in easy as you would in extreme. You just might see a nicer one than you would if you were in extreme.
Right. Which is fine either way.
I wouldn't mind, I guess, doing your recommendation of easy and then just be really involved in doing your character thematically.
That way you get to at least soak in, and then later on you can be like, you know what, fuck this guy, and then just go for the kill.
But see, my thing is, I want to do it in normal with a more diverse team. That way we can try to defeat things with a general amount of success and not really have to worry about it. But also, there are a lot of board games that I still want to play. And to think about going through this in easy mode and then having to go through it again in normal mode, if we wanted to, just seems like a time commitment that I'd rather spend elsewhere.
Yeah, maybe just go through it still in normal mode.
And that's only because this type of game for me isn't super replayable, just because it is about the experience.
Okay, so it's always being best the first time around.
Not so much the best, just like so we've gotten into 2 chapters of this.
For sure, the surprises are gone.
For the first 2 chapters, yeah.
But there's literally there's so many different endings. There's so many different endings based on like your actions throughout the story. Like if you failed one thing, it might haunt you 4 stories later.
Right, of course.
So there's always that factor. Like if you're like me and you don't read your endings, mm-hmm. If you're just like diligent about playing it as pure as possible,
right, you
will have more surprises if you revisit it.
Right. But again, if maybe it was between me and Christina and we owned our copy or whatever and we were doing things like that, yes, maybe revisiting it is more possible. When we're doing it, when you come over or as a Lent game, I don't see us getting to it as much as otherwise. If we owned it ourselves, I could see us revisiting it, but because it is a borrowed game / when you bring it over, I want to go through it sort of once because it does take a decent amount of time too. It is not the quickest game. It's definitely like an hour-ish game per encounter or whatever. But
if I could make a suggestion, mm-hmm. just next time, like I said, you and Christina, nothing against Jason, but I think it's best as a 2-player game. Solo's pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Solo, you might ramp up the difficulty a bit. In doubles, it's pretty good.
Gotcha.
Pretty good. I think that's the good number.
Mm-hmm.
Because then like everything is just balanced just right, I think. So what would you give the game out of 10? Let's say
Maybe like 8.5.
that's pretty
what
good.
I was thinking too.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Doesn't beat my 9.5, but 8.5 is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, as much as I've seen of it, you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah,
It could
there's-
go higher.
There's plenty more, and I think my opinion is based on that, like the fact that I have done a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what your opinion is based on. I'm sure I'll probably go higher as I go along. So.
Yeah, in as far as thematic, it definitely scratches that itch for Arkham horror that I want in a slightly more convenient way.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't got 3 hours to fucking lose to Shogorath, or whatever.
Generic elder.
Gaff. Yeah,
name.
generic Gaff name.
Just shug
Also,
something.
that's what I want from a co-op. It really does feel like we definitely need each other. It's definitely.
Shug Knight. It all makes sense now.
Shug Knight.
It all makes sense.
I did say to him though that it's better, I think, as a 2-player game.
Oh, it's
so
better.
for the next time, probably just you two, just to give that a shot.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck Jason.
I didn't say that though.
That's exactly what you said. I have it on tape.
Oh, do you?
Digital tape.
And then somehow I listen to this thing, play back, and it sounds like me saying it.
Yeah,
Why
it
is
sounds like somebody saying it.
Why is it better as a 2-player though?
To me, it just balances everything out a bit more. Even though the difficulty is balanced based on the bag, the different chips that are in there, like it's just easier because there's more pluses or less negatives or whatever. I think 2 is just the sweet spot. The number of things you need is a certain number, or the number of a life is a certain way, and it just seems like
it's the smoothest.
It's the smoothest.
Yeah.
3 or higher, you better bring your A game. Like, you better get prepared to fight.
Wait, what you're saying is you better not pull 3 threes in a row?
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
It doesn't help when you just pull 3 sixes, was it? It was 6s.
Yeah, 6s. Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, -6. Oh, -6.
Oh, my.
Table flip.
I pulled 3 -3s in a row.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was a bad night for us.
And I remember when you said, like, is there even a point in him pulling from the bag when Jason had, like, a +7 on the test?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, there is a reason, and he pulls the red chip. I'm like, that's the reason.
Yep,
The auto fail.
Auto fail out of the way.
There's always an auto fail. And even though there is a Elder Sign chip, which is technically the good one, that is not an auto pass. You can still fail with an Elder Sign. It's just highly unlikely that you'll fail.
Yeah. Overall, the game is fun, though. If you even, like, we're having the core box experience right now, and it's definitely enjoyable. And from what I hear, it only gets better with the more money that you decide to sink into this game. So
yeah, most
open
definitely.
your wallets and your hearts. And
To
let
the Cthulhu gods.
Yeah, let Cthulhu in.
Let Cthulhu into your wallet. What's in your wallet?
Cthulhu. It's fucking it
Tentacles.
All up. It's just no lunch today. I gotta buy a different Arkham Horror pack.
It's either food for my kids or the latest expansion for Cthulhu.
All hail Cthulhu.
No, the only reason I even asked you about your score is because we also found out what Board Game Geek thought of the game. It's, I think, 22 overall.
Yeah, ranked 22 right now.
Oh, wow.
Which is very high. It was higher than I expected.
That's high.
I thought it was in the 60s, honestly, like in the 60s.
When I last
62.
checked, it was in the 60s.
Wow.
Yeah, and it is in 22.
22 overall. Number 1 in customizable game.
Right.
And 9 in overall thematic games.
Yeah. Wow. They seem more excited about this now.
So, a lot of people like this game. A lot of cunts. Just... Yeah, sure.
Like when he told me that it was number 9 in thematic, I was like, "What's number 1?" He told me it was Gloomhaven. I'm like, "Okay."
It's like Gloomhaven. Let's take a break. Gloomhaven number 3.
Yeah, Gloomhaven. The Jaws of the Lion. Yeah, that's number 3, which is like a standalone Gloomhaven that you can just buy.
It's a more accessible Gloomhaven.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate Gloomhaven. I like Gloomhaven. I do agree, actually, that it's very thematic. Mm-hmm. You know, I love playing it, but I just don't get it to the table like that. So.
I'm sure I can wait till somebody decides to sell it for $50 just to get it the fuck out of their Cadillacs. Because they're never going to play
out of their Cadillacs.
Out of their Cadillacs into mine. Like,
that's the name of your next business.
That's the name of my next podcast. It's going to be all about trading bullshit for bullshit. No, I mean, that's a... Didn't you guys play like 2 games of that with Tom?
No, we played more. But yeah, this has been the Arkham Horror Podcast. You can see
all things Cthulhu. This started off as like a 2-thing podcast, and then it never.
You can listen to us on Shoggoth Radio,
and
Cthulhu Net. And Shudder. We're on Shudder now.
I love Cultist.
I love Cultist.
Or our sister company, I Am Cultist.
I Heart Cultist.
I Heart Cultist.
We could go on, but we won't. From Next Game Dilemma with Christina, BB, and the now long gone Alex. And take it easy, guys.
We are everywhere. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, where we would love to interact with our listeners. We've just launched our new website, nextgamedilemma.com, where you can find links to our episodes and full board game reviews, and more coming soon. If you have any questions, comments, or podcast ideas, you can reach out to us at noel@nextgamedilemma.com. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy, guys.